What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NBA player props on Prizepicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see, we actually got 16 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. Now a lot of you comment wanting to see how many I got wrong, and I thought I'd show you in today's video. We only got 3 picks wrong and got 16 right, which is about an 87% win rate. Yes guys, you heard that right, 87% win rate. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get an 87% win rate and get 16 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which should be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $2,000 just yesterday, and another member who won $157 for the 5th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, a link will be in the description, so go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group, and I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. Alright, so let's get straight into the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're going to talk about is Brandin Podziemski for 7.5 points, and this one is for less. Now look at Brandin Podziemski. We've actually seen him go on the under in 1 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Houston Rockets. Now as you all know, Houston Rockets have had themselves a very good season, and when it comes to this matchup, the Houston Rockets do actually rank 3rd when it comes to points allowed. And because of that, we definitely see that being a big issue for Brandin Podziemski, and that is a big reason why we do like the under for this situation here. Now his average over the last 5 is 9.4, but some of the teams that he has played against, have been a little bit easier. Now he was able to get 8 points against Houston in a most recent game in the last 5. However, we think he did get a little bit lucky on that one, and we think that his actual odds may change, and now we do like the under more for this situation here. Houston Rockets do a really good job at restricting points as much as they can. I think Brandin Podziemski was able to slip away with 8 points in that game on December 6th, but in this one we definitely see a different story. Podziemski as well, when we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the under as well, so that works out in our favor, and for that reason we are sticking to the under for this one. So Brandin Podziemski 7.5 points for less, I think is a great pick. Now getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about Jalen Johnson. So Jalen Johnson, another great player from the Atlanta Hawks, and this one is a fantastic one for 9.5 rebounds, and this one is for less. Now look at Jalen Johnson. We actually see him go on the under in 3 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the New York Knicks. Now it is going to be a very exciting game, and when we look at Jalen Johnson, yes, he has gone on the under in 3 out of the last 5, but when we also look at the New York Knicks, we do see that the Knicks do rank first when it comes to rebounds allowed. So they do restrict as much rebounds as possible, and we definitely see that happening coming into this game, especially for someone like Jalen Johnson. Now his average over the last 5 is also 8.6, so when it comes to that, it is slightly under his line as well, which works out in our favor. But the fact that New York Knicks do rank very high when it comes to restricting rebounds, we definitely see that being a big problem for someone like Jalen Johnson, and why we do like the under for this one. When we look at someone like Jalen Johnson as well, and also the Atlanta Hawks, they do face off against Knicks, and Knicks are a pretty slow-paced team. And the great thing about Knicks is that they actually slow down a lot of faster-paced teams like Atlanta, and we definitely see that being the case here. So when it comes to Jalen Johnson, he may not see the similar amount of pace, which means a similar amount of volume, which is why we do like the under for this situation here. So for that reason, keep an eye out for Jalen Johnson. 9.5 rebounds for less, I think is a great pick. Now getting to the next one, we're going to be talking about another Jalen, but that is none other than Jalen Brunson. So Jalen Brunson, as we all know, another fantastic player, and this one is for 26.5 points, and this one is for more. Now when we look at Jalen Brunson, we've actually seen him go in the over in 1 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Atlanta Hawks. Now the Atlanta Hawks is going to be a very exciting matchup, but on top of that, when we look at the Atlanta Hawks when it comes to points allowed. We also do see that the Atlanta Hawks do rank 28th when it comes to points allowed. And for that reason, we do very much like the over for this situation here. Although Jalen has struggled to go on the over the last 5, we definitely see, as we always mention, matchups. That's what's most important. And with a matchup like this, we definitely see someone like Jalen Brunson going on the over, especially against a team like Atlanta. Now, Atlanta also do a very poor job at restricting points from the guard position as well. And we definitely see someone like Jalen Brunson being able to go on the over there. Now, his average over the last 5 is 22.4, so slightly under this line. But what we have seen on occasion is that Jalen Brunson has just been on a little bit of a shooting slump as of lately. But we definitely see that changing coming into this game, especially with an easier matchup like Atlanta. So we like him for the over for this one. So Jalen Brunson, 26.5 points, 4 more, I think is a great pick. Again, to the next one, we're going to be talking about another Golden State Warriors. Guys, like I mentioned, there isn't too many games today, but Jonathan Kuminga. Now, Jonathan Kuminga, this one is a great one for points and rebounds combined for 21.5. And this one actually also is for more. So when we look at this pick, what we also do see is that, like we mentioned, they face off against the Houston Rockets. But Jonathan Kuminga has gone on the over in 3 out of the last 5 games, which is great to see. Now, when we look at, Houston Rockets, like we mentioned before, points, they do rank very high. They rank 3rd in actually points allowed. And then moving on into rebounds allowed, we do see that the Houston Rockets do rank a lot lower, as they rank actually 18th. And for that reason, we do very much like the over, due to the fact that when it comes to Houston Rockets, they actually do a very poor job at restricting points and rebounds to the forward position, which is exactly what Jonathan Kuminga is. So for that reason, we definitely like this pick for the over. When we look at his average and also, his usage rate out there on the floor has been very, very high. Average over the last 5 is 24. He's been able to hit over it consistently, which we absolutely love.